Hey everybody, I am back. This is like the 40th video I think I've done. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm gonna start losing count, but I'm pretty impressed I've kept up with this. Hopefully I'm getting better. I see some of the views aren't exactly up. It's kind of up and down, which I expected anyway. But so tonight, anyway, I guess it's kind of a review. I'm gonna be doing a Davidoff signature series cigar, which was given to me by one of my great friends and mentor. And I'm going to talk about him as a mentor and a friend and stuff, or more like the importance of having a mentor. And you know, as I said before, my father's my hero, my grandfather as well. But this person, Bill, gave me this cigar today, and you know, I work with him. I've been working with him for 20 years, and well, I'll get into that in a minute. But anyway, let me crack this open here. Get this. Now, he raves about these. Says this is the best cigar he's ever had. Here you go. Here you go. So this was given to me. Do I have my cutter? Well, where's my punch? Oh, god damn it. Where's my punch? I haven't smoked a cigar in so goddamn long. I don't know where my punch is. I do have a cutter, but I prefer the punch. The good news is, one of my favorite lighter has a, I don't know if you can see that there. I don't know if that's going to show up. That's pretty thin. But in any case, there's a punch in it. We'll go with the small punch, because this is kind of a small cigar. So we'll do that. Hopefully that works out. And of course, I'm going to do my little trick. If he's watching this, he'd probably have a cow where I take my little... I'm not going to go too... Oh, no, it's working well. Boom. Ugh. A little bit of... Ugh. 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 A little bit of some stragglers. But I actually got ash on my hand, and I started swallowing it. And anyway, that's my problem, not yours. So anyway, let's get into this. So far, just the draw there, pretty good taste. Now I've had Davidoff before, a handful of times. There was a time where I forget, it was the Series R or something. I want to say that's what it was called, or something else. It was really good. I love it. It was one of my favorite cigars, and of course, that was over 5 years ago. Maybe longer than that, to be honest. But anyway, let's cook this lovely cigar. Looking pretty good. This is a very good, mild. This is good. I might have a problem. Now, he's kind of addicted to these things. Not addicted, but he's got a habit of, this is where he's going now. Like, he's buying these and enjoying them quite a bit. And we've all had that. We were joking today about that, where I remember when I first got into cigar smoking back in, I want to say 2007 is when I started smoking. It could have been a little after that or a little before that. That is good. Where I got into cigar smoking, and I'd have like 2, sometimes 3, but they were the cheap cigars. They weren't the greatest. I was just learning what I was, how to do things and everything, and I was just going through them like a crazy man. And that's no good. You don't want to do that. So, in any case, that was when I was young and stuff. But he was even saying, like, I keep having quite a few, more than normal, and whatnot. So it is rather funny. So that was a good memory. But in any case, you know what I might do? I'm going to take a little... What the hell? Let's do a little Thomas 2 here. Some rum. Just a little. Not a lot. Just enough to get a little... That smells good, though. Anyway. Just a little. Just a little. Just a little. Just that much. See? Just a little swiggy swig. We'll go a little bit more. There we go. So, that much. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. Just a little something. Nothing to get carried away. We'll sip. And, cheers to you guys. My Chicago shot glass from my friend Mallory from work. That's good. It's very smooth, that rum. I will get to a review of it someday. Here we go. That's the last of the debris out of the end there from the punch. But my main thoughts on this video tonight, and I wasn't going to do that, but because I had a conversation with Bill at work. It's very mild. It burns pretty good, obviously. I hope so. Although my flame was a little off, so it's a bit of a... not a straight... But it is very smooth. Mild, which I kind of like. And he was saying the reason why he likes them a lot is because you don't get that ashtray breath feeling like that you get when you smoke a cigar for like 24 hours. And I got to work tomorrow. So, and I wasn't going to do that. I'm like, well, but you say it's okay, right? It's not like I'm not going to stink or feel like I'm stinking. That's the thing, because after I have a cigar, I'll brush the teeth, mouthwash, do it again, and, all that other stuff. Sometimes I put peroxide in there. I go crazy just to do it, but you still have that feeling on some. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm crazy. Could be. I'm an amateur. I'm not really a aficionado, if you will. So I wasn't going to do that, the mentors video. I was going to kind of get into a few other things, but I decided to hold off on them. And I might not even do a car vlog tomorrow, or vehicle vlog. I think I'm going to not do that tomorrow. I got some things to do in the morning, mostly because I want to listen to the audiobook, and I can't do that when I'm driving because I'm talking and, copyright stuff and all that other shit. So I probably won't do that, but you never know. There will be a video tomorrow, obviously. It just might not be the car vlog. And I'm not sure if that really works. Again, with that rig that I have set up, it's not the most ideal. But anyway. It's good. And anyway, so the reason why I thought of mentors, and it's important for people to have mentors, not just your father or your mother or parents or relatives, but other mentors, especially men. I feel, and not that I want to go into, that whole thing of, that's not my thing here. My channel is open to everybody and for philosophy and thinking things and stuff. But I will deviate a little bit here and talk about men, because I think it's important to have, when you're a man, to have other... I've always said I had influences. I didn't have many men. I've had obviously heroes, which is my father and my grandfather. Those are my heroes. I've had a few mentors, and one of them happens to be Bill. And I've had many other influences, and those influences are like creators I've seen on YouTube, podcasters, writers, philosophers, historians, people in history, and whatnot. Those type of things, influences like, and I don't mean influences where I copy them exactly, but influences like, oh, I liked what they did there. I'm gonna apply it to my thing and kind of make it my thing, or use it how I would use it, kind of thing, if that makes any sense. But mentors are a little bit different. They're at that echelon where you'll listen to that person, you'll take what they say to heart, and they're kind of guiding you through life in a sense, kind of like my own little Yoda, if you will. Although Bill would disagree that he's a master Yoda. He's more of a, well, he'd be like a Qui-Gon, like me. See, we share. He's in a higher position than I am, and I'm in a middle tier kind of position. But I met him 20 years ago when I started. He started 20 years ago as well. And we both, I get the sense that we both had a kinship of kind of the blue-collar worker type. That's kind of our family. Our families are like that. Plus, he's Irish. I'm half Irish, so there's that connection there. And we just see the world the same but very different. And we have that very grounded blue collar. He's been poor. I've been poor. Middle class. You know, you had parents that worked their ass off to do everything they can for you and stuff. And we both, he'll work his butt off to get where he could be, where he's comfortable. And I admire that about him. But he's a fascinating guy. He is the oddball out of the group of people that he's associated with at work. I'm an oddball just in general. And there was that kinship with each other. And for him, he took me kind of under his wing and kind of talked to me as an equal and as a friend, and kind of gave me advice. Now, the beauty of this is we disagree mostly in politics. He's left. He's Democrat. Not really far left. I like to think he's old school Democrat type thing, not completely far left. Although he went to school in Berkeley, so he might stray a little bit here and there. And I am more of a, and I said last night I'm like a libertarian. That's kind of where I fall in the middle. But even then, I'm more of a independent. I'm very independent. I don't believe in any party system type thing. Not that I want to get political here, but it's funny how we're completely different in that aspect. But we both enjoy each other's company, our thoughts. We talk about everything. We don't really talk about work all that much, but we talk about, like, he's very much into poetry. He's definitely into music. And I am. I learn from him, and I pick up things from him, and I'll listen to stuff that he talks about and stuff. And it's just a different perspective in life to have. It even balances out my independent libertarian kind of side, and even some of the things that I'm more conservative on, or whatever, even left, like the things that you would consider me on the left side. It's interesting to get someone else's perspective and be friends with someone that has a different perspective than you. It gives you better insight. And I think he likes that with me as well. I think he enjoys the fact that I am not exactly like him, because if we were the same, it'd be boring. We have a kinship, definitely. And that's fascinating. And he's a brilliant man. He's and I think that's what intrigues me the most out of it, is he's in my mind, he's an intellectual that doesn't act like an intellectual or anything other than a regular guy that enjoys his simple things, a cigar, his music, playing guitar, those type of things. He doesn't give a shit about all that other stuff. But he's brilliant with knowing things like that. He recites things like that. It's a fascinating thing. He's like my Ben Franklin, if you will. And and he'd be laughing at that. And I mean that in the sense of, like, he's that eccentric, smart guy that just wants to live life and have fun before it all goes to shit. He's just a fascinating guy. I love the guy. Great mentor, great friend. I can't say enough good things about him, but yeah. So I'm sure I'll talk about him along the line as we go in these videos and stuff, but he's just an amazing guy. Now, what's interesting is he has the side where you piss him off, man. And I was like that. I was like that as a kid. I can still be like that a little bit. I'm more calm now than I've ever been. But just listening to him over things and like seeing him when he gets angry at something, and then he gets over it quickly though, which is what I was like. And my father's like that too. My father, my father and I, we'd have our disagreements and we'd yell at each other, and then 5 minutes later we always said, I love you, no big deal. We got over it, because that's, life is short. Oh, there goes my ash. Now Bill, he's probably 20 years older than me, halfway between me and my father. Let's say that. And I think that's important as a guy to have, obviously, your parent, your father. He should be the one you go to, or a father figure like that. Then you get your mentor guy that's like older than you, been around more, has some more advice, but kind of newer stuff compared to like your father, has a different perspective, and I think that helps balance things out too. And it's just like me now. I'm in a position, like, I'll use my daughter for example. I'm her parent first and foremost, and then I'll be her friend and all that other stuff too. But I'm a parent first. But if someone, well, I guess there's even people at work that are younger than me, that are guys, and I kind of talk to them in that mentorish kind of way. But I don't know. It's just, I'm trying to pass that on to try to be kind of a mentor in a way, or someone that kind of gives a different perspective. That, and even on this channel, I just want to give a different point of view and make you think and kind of just think about something. And that's what we did on the Cantina Cast. Is, the tagline is thought-provoking Star Wars talk. Well, that's the point. It's just to make you think. It doesn't mean we necessarily believe this. It's about throwing, like I said, entertaining a thought, throwing it out there. Oh, that's the refrigerator. I got a refrigerator in here. Just throwing it out there and let you think about it. Programming you in a sense that you need to think for yourself and process it yourself and come to your own conclusion, and not just listen to us and just kind of, okay, yep, that's it. So that's basically it. I've only had a few mentors, but Bill is probably my guru, my number one. I guess he's my life coach, if you will, right? Which is a weird thing. Like with life coaches, not to get on a little rant here, but I don't know how I feel about life coaches. Like one minute I feel like, yes, they're genuine, they want to help, and then the next I feel like they're swindlers. I don't know why. I don't know why I feel that way. I don't know. So I started reading As a Man Thinketh. I think that's what it's called, As a Man Thinketh. Last night I started reading that. Pretty interesting. I only got into it's a very short read, but I wanted, like I said last night, I want to read it, the first thing, like each one, and just kind of sit on it. And the first one's pretty interesting. I don't know if I agree with all of it. And I did have this thought today, because there's some videos I've watched on philosophy with like Nietzsche, and he's like, he picks on the Stoics, and then there was a few other things that he didn't like and whatever, and it got me thinking, like, that's what it was. I was the Tao of Seneca, who's probably my favorite philosopher, is Seneca. And Tim Ferriss, he did the foreword in the book, and he was talking about it, and he mentioned a good thing. Like he talked about, there's a lot of, you get those philosophers that are academic, and they just sit in a puffy chair like this, with their pipe and kind of throwing out ideas because you can think about it, but you can't really apply a lot of that to your everyday life. Where Stoicism, like he was saying, is one of those philosophies that you can apply it and use it in the real world, so to speak. But it got me thinking, and this is a video I might do at some point. And I've thought of this plenty of times, where I know bits and pieces of different philosophers and philosophies, and I read into them a little bit, and I kind of, and I want to say to myself, in the new century that we're in the new way we're going, technology-wise, whatever else, society-wise, whatever you want to call it, does any of this really apply? Stoicism, yes, I feel is a good tool for the modern age, too. I think it just speaks through the ages. But I was thinking today, as I was listening to Tim Ferriss talk about it, I'm like, what if I threw out all that knowledge and just started from scratch? How would you do that? Because I'm influenced, obviously, by all of this. Everything that I've read, watched, you name it, I'm influenced. How do you just flip the table over, clear the deck, and start over and contemplate on that? How do you not be influenced by that and kind of just think of it as in terms of like today? Okay, so when the 21st century, early part of the 21st century, and then you got to think on it and ignore everything that came in the past, and kind of whatever you see come up from today, and kind of like topic by topic go down from politics, religion, science, all those things, all those topics, and think on them and give you a thought on it. I don't know how you can do that, though. It's gotta be tough. Without being influenced, you know what I mean? This is a damn good cigar. Bill was right. I might have to pick some of these up. I might get back into cigar smoking a little bit more. Anyway, that's pretty much my thing, is the importance of mentors. And even if you're a child, or, well, not a child, but a young man that's in a situation where he didn't have his father around, hopefully you had a mentor or someone like that you could lean on and get that wisdom that you kind of need, that dad provides. But you also need those mentors and stuff. So mentors are important, just as important as fathers. Not as important, but they're very real. You kind of need them. No, you don't kind of. You do need them. Now, I can't pull any notes out, really. Other than this is smooth. I don't know, it's just really, it's enjoyable. Well, this gets my approval. I recommend it. I recommend you get a mentor as well. And, oh, I forgot I had the rum. You know? Pretty good. Pretty good. Well, I think that's going to do it for tonight. Tomorrow's video, not sure quite where I'll go. I'm going to probably do a little bit more reading. I got to get back into my political reading. I've been kind of, I got into that, took some notes, and kind of, well, that's the other thing. I'll finish up with this with Bill. His insight in politics is interesting. Not take out of the whole that he's a Democrat or I'm a independent libertarian, whatever you want to call me, constitutionalist, whatever the hell label you want to throw on me. I just call myself an independent. You take that out. His insight into politics and how politics works is fascinating to me. My father was like that too. Knew politics very well. He does. I as well, when I was younger, 9, I used to watch politics all the time. Now I don't. I know what's going on. I pay attention, I read and stuff, but I don't pay attention to the news. The news is so much garbage and nonsense and all that stuff. It's just, let's drive the ratings up, fear people, and cash in on the advertising. It's not actual news. So I got to take it upon myself to figure all that stuff out and read it and stuff. But his insight in how the background of how politics really works is fascinating. Yeah, I enjoy listening to him when he talks about that. Not the way he leans or anything like that. Like, he doesn't really inject his politics into it, but he talks like, well, this is how you got to do it in order to get this or whatever. You know, the insight that he has is fascinating. Again, he's a smart man. And I'm thankful I got him in my life, to be honest. And I can't say that about many of my coworkers. But most of them are good people. Even if they drive me nuts, they're still good people. Working with me is not easy. And that's the other thing. I'll close with this. As I said, I was going to close with that, but I'm going to close with this. Is I enjoy having people in my life, not have to be friends, but acquaintances or someone that I work with or whatever, that see the world differently from me. And, you know, there's several people at work that are far left that I completely disagree with. And we get into our little debates, but they're good people at the end of the day, and I know they mean well. And I think most of the people are like that. Call me naive, but the experiences I've had, most of them aren't assholes. Now, there are assholes in every little nook and cranny of any kind of whatever. So, but I enjoy having people's different perspective because I like challenging my own point of view, and I even like challenging other people's point of view. But I think it's good to, you know, I guess I take how they feel and where it's coming from, and not just this complete mindless drone thing. I don't know. It's just interesting. I find it interesting that people have a different point of view than me and kind of speak their mind. I love that, and I usually disagree with a lot of it. And a lot of people would disagree with how I politically see the world. I know that. But anyway, not to get into all that stuff. The important thing is mentors, and wow, this is almost 30 minutes, this video. This is, I think, the longest video I've ever did. So, thanks, Bill, for the cigar. Let me see. There we go. It's a lovely cigar. I highly recommend it. You guys should try it. I'll probably try to find a link for this in the description. They're kind of expensive. It's Davidoff, so, you know, just be cautious. Just don't click and go, oh, and then be like, oh, crap, it's whatever amount of money. But anyway, I've rambled long enough, everybody. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.